Yo, what's going on, guys? King here. In today's video, I want to take you through a heroic Xenophase Blade build for the Bulwark class to help you complete those absolute operations, hard daily and hard weekly stratagems. And this build is going to be centered around creating as much tankiness with our Bulwark as possible. With the Bulwark starting ability, a place banner restores armor to all squad members in the area of effect. Starting perk, health increases by 30%. We're also going to pick perks like Conviction, Scramble Targeting, and Steal Within to make our character as tanky as possible, as well as Focus Restoration for a constant armor drip feed every 30 seconds. But let's dive right into the build, starting off with that Xenophase Blade. The Xenophase Blade heroic perk effect is Power Rake waves are wider and deal 20% more damage. To start off the perk tree, we are going to start with Armored Strength. If you have Armored remaining, melee damage increases by 10%. Moving into Master of Offense, after switching swords combat style, you deal 20% more melee damage for 5 seconds. Cooldown is 10 seconds. Into Perpetual Strength for a 5% melee damage increase. And after that, we'll take Momentum Gain. Each consecutive light attack increases light attack damage by 3%, up to 30% for 3 seconds. Following that, we'll take Skilled Restoration when your health is below 30%. A Power Whirl hit restores 1 armor segment. Cooldown is 10 seconds. And this plays into our armor feed for the Bulwark with this class. We're primarily going to be using the Power Whirl mechanic as well, especially with that Power Rake heroic perk effect being increased by 20%. Following that, we're going to take Kill Streak after killing 7 enemies in rapid succession with a light combo. You do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 5 seconds. Cooldown is 10 seconds. This is going to begin to stack our no knockback ability within the Bulwark. Bulwark has interesting perks like Armored Advance. If you have armor remaining, you do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back. But with this perk right here, Kill Streak, you begin to stock that no knockback mechanic to prevent frame trapping and stun locking with this character, which is extremely important in Space Marine 2, as frame trapping and stun locking is one of the quickest ways to die on the hardest difficulties of this game. On top of that, we'll stack Hard Target. While performing a light combo, you take 15% less range damage, increasing our range damage reduction. And we're also going to take Slashing Blade. Power style, combo length increases from 3 to 4 strikes, as we're going to be using the power style primarily with this build. Following that, within the relic tier perks, we're going to take Cutting Edge. Power Rake deals 50% more melee damage, and this is the most important perk by far when using the Xenophase Blade. This is going to increase our Power Rake mechanic up to 70% melee damage with the Xenophase Blade. And then lastly, we're going to take Extremis Slayer, Major Slayer, and Power Restoration. Power style attacks restore 100% more contested health, as we are going to be using the power style primarily with this build. For the secondary, we're going to be taking the Rate of Fire variant for the Plasma Pistol. The Plasma Pistol is the best way to get consistent contested health point regeneration, especially the Rate of Fire version, which increases the rate of fire of your charged shots, and being able to get off charged shots in the middle of combat is the best way to restore CHP. We're going to start off the perk tree with Plasma Collection. This weapon's energy reserve increases by 20%. Into Rapid Cooling after killing 7 enemies in rapid succession. This weapon does not heat for 10 seconds. Cooldown is 15 seconds. Into another Plasma Collection to increase the energy reserve by 20%. We're primarily going to be taking a lot of perks with this Rate of Fire Plasma Pistol to increase the magazine capacity of this weapon, as its starting magazine capacity is 90, which is rather low. We're also going to take Divine Might here. Damage increased by 10%. Into Great Might. Damage increases by 10% against Terminus level enemies. Following that, we're going to take another Plasma Collection to increase by 20%. And we're also going to take Perpetual Velocity. Shots charge 20% faster. After that, we're going to take Efficient Charge. Charge shots from this plasma weapon use 2 less energy. And lastly, we're going to take Perfect Cooling. After perfectly timed dodge, the equipped weapon is completely cooled. Now looking at the character perk tree, again, that starting perk for the Bulwark is a 30% health increase. The first perk we're going to take in this perk tree is Conviction. When your armor is fully depleted, you take 25% less health damage for 10 seconds. Second perk will be Scramble Targeting. If you're surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you take 25% less damage from range attacks. And in Space Marine 2, for the most part, especially on the hardest difficulties, absolute and hard daily and weekly stratagems, you're going to be constantly surrounded by 5 or more enemies, so this perk is activated a majority of the time. After that, we're going to take Steel Within. When your health is less than 50%, you take 30% less health damage. And with Conviction, this gives us an overall 55% health damage reduction for 10 seconds when our armor is depleted. But we are going to have that consistent drip-fed armor through Focus Restoration. Every 30 seconds, all squad members automatically restore 1 armor segment. And drip-fed armor in Space Marine 2 is extremely important because if you did not know, whenever you have any armor remaining, regardless if it's a full bar or a half bar, any armor remaining at any time will reduce any melee damage hit, even from bosses, to 0 and will not damage your health. So having consistent drip-fed armor for your Bulwark here is going to increase the tankiness of this class again, and then when you run out of armor, Conviction does activate, giving you that 25% health damage reduction for 10 seconds. In the gear tree, we're going to start off with Purity of Purpose. The banner deals damage over time to enemies within its area of effect. This basically turns your banner into a shock grenade and allows you to straight up kill Minoris level enemies and deal heavy damage to Majoris, Extremis, and chunk off some health from Terminus level bosses. The second perk is we're going to take is Invigorating Icon. When the banner is activated, all squad members regain maximum contested health, but it recharges 50% slower. And in a team composition, this perk is very, very useful, especially when trying to heal your teammates, such as the Tactical class, who tends to be sort of squishy. So having Invigorating Icon is going to allow you to restore all of their contested health, and with the Tactical class especially, they get a lot of health regeneration from range damage, so it is very easy to get all of your CHP back from a single banner for both yourself and other classes as well. After that, we're going to take Inspiration. All squad members within the banner's area of effect deal 20% more damage. And then lastly, for the signature perk, we're going to take Defensive Mastery. A perfectly timed parry, block, or dodge, a perfectly timed parry or block instantly incapacitates a Majoris or Extremis level enemy. Cooldown is 90 seconds. And for the signature perk, you could also take Armored Advance. If you have armor remaining, you do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back. But in this case scenario, with the hard stratagem, the hard weekly we are dealing with, having Defensive Mastery and a perk that automatically clears away Extremis level enemies from an engagement on a perfectly timed parry or block is very, very useful. It will completely remove a Ravener, a Lictor, and even a Biovore from engagements, which is very, very useful and helps you definitely clear hordes and waves much quicker. For the prestige perks, the first prestige perk we're going to take is Auxiliary Reload. Melee kills of Extremis level or higher enemies restore your secondary weapons ammo by 1 magazine, which is especially very useful for a rate of fire plasma pistol, as it does tend to have a limited ammo capacity. Second perk we're going to take for the prestige perks is Overcharge. Held and charged attack damage increases by 20%, and this will stack on top of our Power Rake mechanic. So this again is going to increase our Power Rake mechanic for the Xenophase Blade up to 90% attack damage with that Power Rake mechanic. Third prestige perk is going to be Masterful Defense. Ability charge is restored by 1% for every blocked ranged attack, and this is a perfect way to help restore your banner's ability charge, especially off of ranged Devourer shots, ranged Sniper shots, against Rubric Marines as well, and Soul Cannon Terminators. This is going to allow you to restore your banner's ability recharge extremely quickly and allow you to get off more banners per engagement. And lastly, we're going to take Standard Bearer. When Chapter Banner activates, you become invulnerable to damage for 2 seconds. This will allow you to phase through enemy attacks for 2 seconds when activating your Standard. So this allows you to definitely get off that Chapter Banner extremely quickly and effectively. And that's going to be the entire build for the Xenophase Blade Bulwark for, absolute operations and hard stratagems. If you guys like content like this, make sure you like the damn video and subscribe. And here's some gameplay of me completing a weekly hard stratagem using this specific build. So I do hope you enjoy.
Your mission is to use the stored Promethium in the refinery to destroy the enemy swarm. First, proceed to the Cadian outpost and establish their fate. You must then infiltrate the refinery and complete demolitions deployment. Trigger detonation only when the main swarm has entered the plaza zone. Captain Akaram will coordinate our efforts over rocks.
More equipment here. Return this to the resistance. Approaching the Astra Militarum camp. It is deadly quiet. Reporting in. Team has arrived at the Imperial Guard camp.
Talassa, you need to acquire the Astra Militarum demolition codes required to deploy and arm their ordnance. Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise.
Try searching. This looks promising. We have located the codes, Command.
Proceed to the Promethium refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
Fill up on steam. View your pipes by the rebel launcher set. Good to go. May I be reborn as a dreadful root unblocked. All this unprocessed prometheum shall make fire that will be seen from the stars. like darkness flash. Our brother Gene sequels along. I must retain Fitzy and honor my brother's sacrifice. There's not me. Reserve X. Never let a brother fall. Skitter to the grave. Check your aim. We crush the ravenous brood beneath our feet. Just sent. Banner, ready to deploy.
Alas, the Cadians are running out of time. How close are you to the Promethean facility? Reaching the facility now. You are making good time. You're going to need it.
Specs prime. Stay close and sharp. Subterranean detonation in the crude Promethean.
That will do. Use the codes to bring the bomb and finish its deployment into the crypt Promethean well. Cautiously. If you know what is good for you.
That Xenophase is living on center. Where's life done?
Ready and payload delivery. Rights of activation has been observed. Xenophase is coming with the machine outside. Great sequence initialized. Delivering payload.
Hostiles approaching. Generator 1.
Suction mechanical adjustments in occurrence generated 1. Follow only the benign protocols.
your weapon malfunction.
X-axis aligned. By the Omnissiah's will, attention.
This is a precise operation.
Drive
We
is
will
jammed.
have to hold out.
Perform the necessary cleansing to resume operation. Drive train restored. Begin the course of locomotion, adepts. Got Xenos coming for generator 2! Potential heretical sabotage of generator 2. Secure immediately.
Tyranids nearing generator 3.
Generator 3 is discharging irregular current. Eliminates these unholy fluctuations.
Soil non-reaction. Rapid awareness.
Y-axis aligned. Margin of error 0.0 nanometers. Blessed be the Omnissiah's divine precision.
Now deploy the damn bomb. Let us keep that swarm from ever reaching generator 4.
Generator 4 is suffering mechanistic palpitations. Provide service before components are harmed.
Whoever slays the
Demolition deployment sequence completed. Barrel is lowered under the Omnissiah's watchful oculus.
bomb is in place, Commander.
There is an observation platform overlooking the Kryptonite fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
Let's get summoned in. That is not good. Steal your mind. Again, I take our banner will transfer. Load up!
tide of Xenos is in. Ammunition here! Where shall I plant this flag? Glorious enough, wasted enough. Watch for psychic onslaught. I say no! The Imperium says no! I must not fail! Skitter to the grave! None undermine attention.
You have arrived at Notic's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can. I will fight in the thick of these Xenos as long as we need. I will hold you.
last of those filthy Xenos.
Do not get turned around!
Are we sure this place will hold together once that bomb goes?
There will be more burn than bomb this war.
Getting broiled is not an improvement. Our banner awaits unfurled.
Wonder how many I could down before they got me.
Come on! We have reached the ambush position.
Dig in. We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield. Orbital scan estimates the bulk of the swarm will not be in position for a while yet. Keep your heads and get it done. I see them coming, brothers. Plenty for everyone.
Lethal is gone. Who wants to make it clear? Careful what you wish for. Sparking it!
The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the predicted path. Continue holding. We must shore up our perimeter!
Where's your advantage?
The flow controls are activated!
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
My eye is tracking multiple swarms moving this way!
others, they are almost over the wall. We are in the thick of it now. You are clear to ignite when ready.
The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark. You are clear to detonate. Cook those rotten bastards.
I am going to enjoy watching these tyrannids ride in the... This is Decimus. Wish you could see these dead bastards.
Tyranid biocides down 90% and falling. Swarm annihilation confirmed. Excellent work. Move to extract. Extraction complete. Returning to orbit.